Traveling the world or settling down in a foreign country is an adventure for anyone, but becomes even more of an adventure when an emergency comes up.
So that is the situation that Abilenian Jerry Busby finds himself in. He is now waiting for a life-saving organ transplant nearly 7,000 miles away from Abilene in South Korea. KTAB's Mercedes Hernandez explains why he's overseas and how a rare medical diagnosis is threatening his life. That's tonight's top story.
I grew up on Chestnut, South 15th and Chestnut, with Cooper High.
It was more than a decade ago when Jerry Busby, a Cooper grad, U.S. Air Force veteran, and Texas State alum, embarked on a new adventure in another country.
Korea's a really fun, cool place.
Seoul is where Jerry's been the last 13 years, working as an English teacher. In August, a normal doctor's visit turned into something much more.
And the doctor took one look at me, and he said, "I think we should do a blood test first." Which I thought that's really weird. He comes back in a few minutes later, you're jaundiced, which is all yellow.
Stunned, Jerry booked it to an ER, then a hospital where test after test found a rare illness.
Autoimmune hepatitis. It's for kind of an unknown reason. They haven't figured out why my immune system decided to attack my liver.
The disease has caused cirrhosis of Jerry's liver. Another shock as he's never used drugs or alcohol, two main causes of that condition.
I am on the Korean National Transplant list because I'm a lifetime non-drinker.
Those factors, and because Jerry is only 52, landed him toward the top of that list. But until an organ comes, he must wait.
Well, I just worry about him.
Jerry's older brother Warren lives in San Angelo now and says that worry isn't dulled because his sibling is overseas. If anything, recent loss has sharpened the pain.
We had a sister die. She was 75. That was this year. That really hurt all of us. But he's the young one. He should be the last one to go.
Despite the uncertainty, Jerry is looking toward the future, one where he can finally feel better again.
But hopefully in the next couple months, maybe I will get a good phone call and rush to the hospital. I hope.
In Abilene, with coverage you can count on, Mercedes Hernandez, KTAB News.
Thank you, Mercedes. Jerry says that he is thankful to have a strong circle of friends and family both here and in Korea. Friends have also organized a GoFundMe page toward his transplant copay, and they're almost halfway to their $20,000 goal. We'll have a link to the page where you can read more on Jerry, and that's at the KTAB website, bigcountryhomepage.com.